Hello!
We're live. Welcome. Hello.
Welcome. We've kind of been chatting in the chat already. Sorry, y'all.
I just think I have to sneeze the second I click to go live. This is great.
Welcome to our stream.
Yeah, welcome. We're doing a public stream tonight. Yep, it's going to happen.
Ah. Bless you.
Jesus. All right, that's saved forever for posterity. We're doing a public stream. We're going to do a quick little rundown. We're going to do an art spoil that patrons have already seen. But we're going to dump it here, just kind of in this venue, just in case anybody's here.
It's a public stream. This artwork hasn't been revealed to the public. Our patron subscribers got to see it early. Yeah.
So a lot of you will have already seen this. We're just going to put it up anyway. We're not going to spend a lot of time on it. We're not going to retell the whole tale and everything like we did in the last, the actual more formal stream for this character. But this is an artwork that is kind of fresh, kind of new. True Believer by Art Express Studio. We kind of already rehashed all this, or I should say we hashed all this. We're not going to rehash all this, but this is the art studio from Fernando Cordero, who's done a number of other pieces for us, and they put this together for us, and we're super happy with it, and we love it. And
it's a rare!
It's a rare, true.
Which is important, because all the artworks we keep spoiling are commons.
Catherine and I actually had a little talk recently about how we don't have that many rares. Of course, we've already seen it. We just
made a whole speech about how this is new for the public.
He's not paying attention. His knees are jelly.
Our public stream hasn't seen this artwork, but our patrons had. We ain't got no nothing burgers, only something burgers.
But yeah, card came out great. We've also got we've been kind of showing this stuff recently, like the progress. Super happy with this all around. Like I said, this is a new team that we just started working with, so this is technically their first art piece with us. But we're definitely 100% going to be going back to them and getting some more, because this came out absolutely awesome. Ruben and I were actually playing last night on TTS, and we both had this guy in our deck, and we were just pointing them at each other, and we're like, well, they all have Regenerate 4, nothing's ever going to die.
He's annoying.
This card's an issue.
He's very annoying when he's out in play. You have to, what did he do, play Hatred? And
he killed all mine, and then his just was, on top of the hill by himself.
Jake Ken and I say it's because it's very funny, random, and great. Oh, he's talking about the something burgers?
Yes.
Oh. I just saw it was kind of cut off.
No, Burger Hill's a real thing. Yeah.
Why does it say Ebony Wood on his shield?
Not sure. Maybe that's the guy's name that did it.
Maybe it was a reminder of what they were going to make it look like.
They made it really
Ebony Wood?
Yeah.
I don't know what
dark.
ebony
It's really dark.
It's two different types of wood, it looks like.
I think it's just...
Maybe that's... I don't know. I'm going to Google Ebony Wood.
Okay. Click too far. The bigger announcement that we've got everybody here for tonight, and part of the reason that we want to do this as a public stream, is we are...
Yeah, a dense black and brown hardwood.
Nice.
Look, it's two.
That is literally, yeah. Can we put that on?
It's like ebony wood is when you have those two different colors.
Awesome.
See? Ebony wood.
I didn't know that's what it looks like, but yeah, that's fantastic. Spell check's my best friend.
Cool. Textured.
So the exciting thing that we're announcing tonight, the reason we wanted to do this public, and the reason that we wanted to try to get a lot of people in here, especially some of you who have been with me a long time, as far as the testing and the play goes, but also the flip side of we really want to hear from some brand new people. So anybody that's in here has joined a lot of streams, or if you're a public access member that hasn't been a part of a lot of these, please give us some feedback in the chat. Tell us what you think about this.
We want any and all perspectives.
Yeah, there's what do they say?
Flawed Card Gamers in the chat would love to hear from you. Would love to hear from you.
So all this build up. Hey, that's me. All this build up is for a new product. Okay, we have kind of been thinking about this for a while, I guess is the best way to say it. We've been hung up on what?
We've been thinking about it for a while. I was just signing an agreement.
Oh, you were saying it like I'm selling it short or something.
No.
Okay.
Saying it. I just exhaled.
You exhaled real aggressively.
We've been talking about the Kickstarter tiers for so long.
Yeah.
And it always felt like we were missing something. And then Ken had an awesome opportunity to share his game on whose channel was that?
So there's another Discord channel that I've recently joined that's full of a bunch of other game designers, indie devs, people who are in a similar space to what we're doing over here. And I'll say this. We always knew that this was a risk. We always knew that this was a point of contention. And it came up a lot when I was in this other Discord because I did a presentation for a handful of them, showed them Flawed on TTS. Like we went all through the process, like etc. And then there were a lot of follow-up questions that talked about distribution, right? Like the idea that okay, we're trying to get the essences out there, this, that, and the other. You know, a bunch of like data, and it all came to a head where they're like, okay, well, what does your new player onboarding look like? And I'm like, that's the best thing. The Essence Kit is super cheap. You get all of it up front, and with only a few booster packs, because we have no nothing burgers, you can really start playing straight away. And they're like, well, that's not really, you know, that's relatively inexpensive. You know, you might be able to play the game for $50, right? You could probably put $50 into this game, get some booster packs, get some essences, and play the game at a reasonable level. And that is cheap, but it's not particularly like intuitive. It's
and like it also it's basically answering the question of we need a less expensive tier without answering the question of we need to like diversify the product line. It can't just be about busting open booster packs. Even though that's all I want.
Even though that's all I want to do. Yeah.
Even though that's all I want. That's not what everybody wants.
That's not what everybody wants. And that was kind of like having that conversation recently brought it back to the forefront of my mind where like we are definitely leaving like some people out of the whole process by not providing something else. So we came up with an idea. We've actually been talking about this. We've had a lot of iterations on this, and we've talked to a couple of you behind the scenes a little bit already. But the idea, and I want to put a little bit of framework before we actually click and like show the image. Many of you have seen our demo decks, our demo product, right? These guys right here. The demo product, they are half-size decks. They're 25 cards. They come with a shrine. They've got some rares and epics and like all the essences you need. It's all inside of there. You pop it open and you play, right? It's got a little bit of flexibility. You can move your essences around. You can do some, you know, customization inside the box. It's a little bit of self-contained of that part. But we wanted to kind of give a little bit more choice. I don't. What's the right word?
I mean, it's a combination of giving people more of a choice than just.
Agency,
it's more. Yeah. It's one of the things that we were more concerned about, honestly, when we were coming up with this product. Is the set is each individual color is not very large.
Yep.
How many is it per color?
21 unique cards counting the
21
epics.
Unique cards counting the epics. So we didn't want to flood the market with starter decks where like you don't like anytime if I buy the green starter deck, anytime I open a green card in a pack I'm going to be upset because I already basically have them all from the starter deck.
Right.
So you can't do like a full size deck for that reason. But that was the main. I mean, maybe we should just go into
so we'll click over. This is an example, and I know you're not going to really be able to read this. This is just kind of like to show what the product will look like. If you want to know the specific cards, like we can draw more attention to them after the fact, like literally on a one-to-one basis. We can take you through that. But the idea is to make another half deck product. Okay, and if you look carefully here, there are 20 cards across the top. There's a slight assortment of rares and uncommons to start off with, leaning towards commons. This is going to be filled with quite a few commons. I think it is 14 commons. Yes, 14 out of 20 is commons, 5 uncommons, 1 rare, and then the 1 epic is the shrine. Mm-hmm. And then down below you've got this wealth of essences. There's actually there are more essences than there are cards.
But they're all basic essences, aren't they?
They're all basic except for there's one playset of like a marquee essence for this color, right? So this is the working term we're using this is like a deck builder, right? You start with this. And this gives you the foundation that you would need to build a deck that would include fire cards, right? Mm-hmm. So you've got a bunch of fire basic essences. You've got, in this case, it's pure fire essence, which is a very strong option for fire decks. Mm-hmm. You've got a bunch of workhorse cards that are really important for fire decks. I mean, you've got targeted strikes in there, grunts. You've got all kinds of great stuff for your fire deck player. And it gives you the shrine up front. So like you don't have to worry about like, oh, do I even have a shrine to play the game with? And what we're going to do is we're going to take this. It's not quite half a deck, right? This is 21 cards, like technically base cards, but we're going to package it with 1 booster pack. So you get a little bit of like excitement. You get to open a pack. You get to see if you get some sweet rare or something else that you want to play. And what we've done down below is if you look, it's okay. Predominantly it's fire essences, but we're going to include 3 of each infused for the other 5 colors. And that does two things. First off, you'll notice there are a couple multicolor cards up top. You've got one copy of Hatred, one copy of Blade Warrior in this list. So you can use those gray and purple essences to play the cards that you've already got included in this pack. But then also you can then take your booster pack, the 10 cards that you get out of there, and start picking and choosing a couple extra to get this up to that 25 sort of threshold to be technically half a deck, right?
I want to point out as well that, like, okay, so you get 3 copies of Grunt and 3 copies of, what's this one?
It's Slayer Squad Recruit.
Slayer Squad Recruit and...
Targeted Strike.
Targeted Strike. All of those are commons, right?
Targeted Strike's uncommon.
Targeted Strike's... Oh, that's right. You said you had...
There were a couple of the lists that needed to have, like, a saturation of one uncommon just to make the, like... I didn't want to make these complete, like,
but, like,
garbage.
if you're looking at it...
Yeah.
So you have 21 fire cards, right? Is that counting the shrine?
It's counting the shrine.
So, of the 21 unique cards in the fire, whatever, only 4 of them, if you opened it, you wouldn't need anymore.
Right.
The one shrine, which is going to be great trade fodder.
Yeah, people are always going to trade for shrines, exactly.
And then, like, you'll get a cup, it's a common, whatever. And if you get an extra targeted strike, I mean, that's something you'll probably want to put in multiple
And that was part of why when I designed these, like, when we get to the water one, you'll see, like, the play set of commons is the drown. It's like, oh, yeah, I'm never going to play drown in 2 different decks at the same time, right?
But that's something that's important to note about, like, the reason why we chose to put the cards in that we did, because of those 21, now you have, what is it, 17? Math is hard. 17 more cards, where if you open
a single copy is still
cards,
max value for you, exactly.
You're not going to be upset to, like, oh, I got another Eternal Flame Soldier, but that's already in my little starter deck I got. It's like, oh, actually, I didn't have a place.
I really like that card. I'll put the 3rd one in, yeah. So this is cool because it sets you up for a very low cost of entry. If you want to try the game, you buy one of these. We don't have a price on them yet. We're waiting for this info back from the manufacturer.
Yeah, we've never had like a sample deck with a booster pack together.
I'm honestly thinking that, like, so the count of what's in here is very similar to what's in the demos that we're selling now. The demos that we're selling now, there's a little bit of overhead on them because we're predominantly selling them at conventions where our cost to put them in front of people is higher. So I'm anticipating that this product, the 21 base cards, what does it come out to? Is it 20?
You said you included 30.
It's 30.
Counting the shrine?
Counting the shrine improvement, it's 31. You're correct. Yeah. So it's 21 base cards, 31 essences.
He just, like, wrote
the
list down.
Brilliant. I could have copy and pasted that from the other sheet for you, but thank you. That's awesome.
He says, save me 2 starter decks since I can't use the ones I have anymore. Oh, these ones?
Yeah, we got those in spades. We won't let you go without. But no, what I'm saying is I think that we can get this product at, like, around the $20 price point, right? If it ends up being 22 or 18 or I don't know, but, like, I'm hoping that we can get it in around $20. And if you just want to try the game out, it's got an epic in it. It's got the shrine that you will be able to play going forward. And it's got good cards. I mean, a playset Targeted Strike, like, anybody who's played the game at any length knows that is, like, that's a something burger among something burgers. It's a very important card.
I also want to mention that, like, there's nothing unique in this product. So the player that's like we are, and honestly who we originally, the type of player we created the game for, and then we realized, like, oh, there's this whole other group of players that wants to play, but whatever. The player that wants to just go ham and buy a ton of booster boxes and just crack packs and, like, be able to build whatever they want, they don't feel like they have to kind of backstep and buy this product. Like, there's nothing unique to it. You can just open these in the booster packs. You're going to get all these essences and more in the essence kit. So, like, someone who is really a dedicated Flawed gamer, like, they don't have to go out of their way to buy another thing. Like, I'm probably not going to get this. I'm just going to buy more booster boxes.
I am unlikely to purchase these personally because that's...
He says, don't call me out like that.
But yeah, like, to continue down kind of, like, what this means. And this is the big part that's kind of exciting, okay? So you walk in, you pick up one of these, you and your buddy each get one. It's a relatively low investment. There will be enough cards, base cards, and essences between what's on this list plus a booster pack. You guys can have some battles. You can swap some things around. You can change some of your essences. You know, maybe your buddy who you're playing with is, like, really leaning in on initiative, and you're like, oh, I'm having a lot of trouble because they keep going first. Let me take these dark essences and, like, put them in, you know, in the deck where I wasn't playing them previously, or whatever, right? You get the full experience of the game for, like, $20.
Are we gonna a la carte these? We could totally a la carte these too.
Yeah.
So that if you buy, like, 3 booster boxes, whatever, you can, like, throw one.
These can easily be on the add-ons. Actually, yeah, for sure.
As someone who is a non-gamer, I need this explained plainer. I got this. So it's a smaller deck, only $20 versus a bigger deck that's $50. Close. The game is not meant to be sold as completed decks. It's meant for you to buy loose cards and you to make the deck. But not everybody likes to enter with like nothing to go off of. So right now, well, prior to this product, the lowest tier on the Kickstarter was going to be just a box of booster packs. So a box of random cards. And you were just going to open random cards and build a deck. Not every gamer is coming into this with that level of like finesse and experience, and they might want a foundation to go off of. And there's also a group of players that might not want to drop $100 on a trading card game they've never heard of, so they might be like, this looks interesting enough to try out, but I don't know if I want to invest that much and start with like $100 worth of booster packs. So for those two reasons, we knew that we needed a product that was at a lower price point, and B, something that you could like sample the game within just that one product. So we're going to have 6, possibly. There's one other thing we're going to talk about. But one of the ideas we have is to have one for each color, and it's basically 20 cards where you know what it is, and these are the 21 cards for fire. How different is it from the intro decks? It's completely different. The intro decks are 2 colors, first off. They come with exactly as many essences that you need for the cardboard cards. Yeah,
that might help here. The idea here, Mary, is that this is it's a startup. It's a beginning point that has some extras in it, so that you can take this and make that next step if you wish.
So this one has 10 extra essences. More than you have cardboard cards.
Yeah.
And it's packaged with one booster pack, which has 10 cards in it. So you have the base of a fire deck, but then you get to open a booster pack and like get the beginning
that collectability
foundations of like how do I build a unique deck off of what I have without being like overwhelmed where you don't have like any base or anything to go off of. Something else that's important to note is that these are not on Kickstarter. Yeah. These are only at in-person events.
These are demos.
The product on the screen is the opposite. It's only on Kickstarter and not in in-person events.
Right.
These are going to be probably gone by the time Kickstarter comes.
We have, in fact, you can see the boxes behind me. These cardboard boxes on the ground right here are all there are of these, and we will probably not remake these. We'll probably never make
these. Because these are all going to be available, and like all these cards are in the booster boxes.
Take it easy, enjoy dinner. Yeah, soon. I've been.
And then this would also make more sense for an LGS to have on their shelves, and so we'll probably have a collection of these on the like LGS tier.
I think when we do go up to the like retailer tiers, there will be like boxes worth of each of these as part of the tier.
And like we went into Flawed with our background very much influencing our choices. We wanted to create a trading card game with collectability that had a heavy focus on organized play, right? So we're definitely, our target audience initially was like the very heavy competitive gamer that's been doing this for a while. We went to a bunch of events and found out that our audience really is like 50.
It's wider than we thought.
It's a lot wider than we thought. And we got a lot in the age range of like 12 to like 18, maybe younger, like that like preteen kind of age group where they were interested and they wanted to play and they loved like the cool guy. Oh, this looks awesome. I want to like play this with my friends. But like I know. But like that age group doesn't want to they just want to play at the table with their friends. And we were like, we don't have a product right now for that player. Right. And we had to just be like, it doesn't matter how much we wanted our target audience to be this. In reality our target audience is this.
It's wider than we thought. And two questions in here. Mary says, well, excuse me, Drama Jock says, we've probably said her name on every single stream at this point. She says, are the intro decks...
in the rule book, by the way.
Are the intro decks all Earth and all Darkness? So those lists are the same. These decks have no randomness to middle.
There's no uniqueness.
What you get is the same every single time.
You can read on the back exactly what you get inside the box.
It's the same every single time. All of them. Everything in those boxes behind us is the same thing over and over again. There is no collectability out of the demo product. This is that next step up. It is like the demo product in that it gives you that starting point, but it also gives you that first taste of, let me open a booster pack, let me customize, let me move my essences around, let me outright not not play these couple of essences and actually make, like, you know, real choices. And then Griffin says, are you selling placeholder image versions at cons?
No.
No.
This is just all we have to show you right
these are going to be on the Kickstarter. These are going to be released after we have all 150x artworks.
Keep in mind that we are using Kickstarter funds to finish the artwork for the game. We just have too many artworks we need to get, and Patreon would take us years to get there. Yeah. So we have in the Kickstarter, like, asking price, a chunk of that asking price is to finish the artwork. Yeah. So when Kickstarter finishes at the end of July, we're probably going to take like 6 months to finish all the artwork.
It's not going to be 6 months. I hope it's not 6 months.
You think it's less than that? Well, I mean,
I have so many artists lined up who are so excited to continue working on this project. And, like, I've got a couple of them that are like, yeah, when Kickstarter comes, give me 10 pieces. Like, stuff like that.
So it'll be much less than that. The Kickstarter lasts for 30 days. Mm-hmm. 30 days, June 21st to July 21st. And then there might be a pledge manager, like, post-pledge option, but we haven't. Well,
I do not know how that's going to work yet. Yeah.
That's coming soon.
Coming soon. So the part that we haven't even talked about yet.
Wait, hold on, because we're getting...
But wait, there's more.
Wait, because I don't want to say, so all these times you see this placeholder image, it's just for the time being, so we have something to show you. Yeah. A lot of Kickstarter games do that, or they'll just make a comment that says, like, final art. This might not be finalized. There was another question, though.
Was there?
Oh, Mr. B said...
No, Ruben was telling him the demo decks are full art. Yeah. Was telling Jake. The things we're selling at the cons have all the artwork in it.
Oh, yeah. These are done.
These are good to go.
These are tournament legal cards.
These have the expansion symbol on them. They've got the correct card stock. Everything is from the same manufacturer, etc. Like, those are good to go. We very aggressively, like, targeted the artworks that we knew we wanted to put in the demo, etc., and, like, made sure that it was, you know, a full product by the time we got that first, like, small manufacturing run. So what's the punchline of all this? Why?
Well, do you want to show them some of the other?
I mean, we can. Here's a couple examples.
No, we didn't fan out the essences.
This for the next couple of images. What I did is I just took the essences and I built the deck. I said, here's the 20 that I would play. Right. You don't have to do it exactly like this. Again, you've got that flexibility in this product. You can change it how you want. But here's an example of a dark and an earth. You'll see some familiar faces in here. Some of this stuff is obviously from the demo decks.
Earth's not going to be worth anything.
Earth's Elite is going to be printed into the ground. He is our flagship character. I got nothing.
It's fine.
Can't do anything about it.
I need to get an Earth's Elite shirt.
Yeah.
I signed up for Knife Expert and Cleanse. I need to get an Earth's Elite, and I need to get Dying Breath. Ah!
So the
life is hard.
Life is very challenging.
We need to get Morgan Freeman to describe Flawed in a video. That would be epic.
He's right.
That would be expensive.
It would.
Sure. Water and an air one.
Oh, what's wrong with that?
Well, that art wasn't publicly spoiled. Oh, Zoltan's here. Hey.
Nice. Welcome. So the cool sort of second tick from this product is this. You and your buddy try it out. You both play the game. You both really like it. You've got your 20 card foundation for a given color. You've got your one booster pack that you've opened up, and you're like, okay, I want to make it official. I want to start playing Flawed. It is as simple as buying another copy of any of the other 5 colors. Let's say you're looking at your cards and you're like, oh, I really feel like maybe like...
This is important. Pay attention, because Ben and I have been debating this all day.
Earth and fire would really go together nicely, or if I'm the type of player that's already got my fire deck, I'm like, well, which color is like the most aggressive, as I ask my, you know, friendly neighborhood salesperson, Raw Agent of Flawed at the local, you know, card shop, and he tells you, oh, you got fire, you definitely want, you know, dark, or you definitely want air, or whatever, right? And you take that first 20 card startup deck builder kit that you bought, and you add another one to it, and between the 20 cards here, the 20 cards here, you have the 2 shrines to choose from, and you've got 20 extra cards out of your 2 booster packs. That is enough to build a tournament legal deck.
You would have to play every card you open, though. So
you
if
would
you
not.
ordered, you wouldn't?
No, you have 60 cards. You have
20,
62 cards.
20.
They're 30 each.
This?
Yeah, it's 20 plus a booster pack.
Yeah, there's 10 in a booster pack.
30.
That's what I'm saying. You'd have to play every...
30 plus 30 is 60,
it's only
sweetheart.
a 50 card deck. Math's hard.
Doctor's B line.
So yes, then you would have room for 10. Okay,
yes.
so you can
so
take
you
10
can
out.
do some customization.
That's
you
right.
can manipulate your essences. You would end up having to play all the essences you have.
Yeah.
Right? But that's not a big deal, because, like, the essences all have abilities. Everything that's included is at least an infused essence, so they've all got, like...
If there's a card you know you're going to want to play it every time, not put it in your resource zone, then, like, slap one of the off-color essences on it.
It's not even... I mean, it's... Build your deck intelligently. You can still be like, oh, this guy wants HP. I'm not playing a light deck, but boom, let's put the HP on. I mean, like, you can still do really cool stuff like that.
I'm not a good deck build.
She's fine.
But, so... The question, and this will kind of give you a little bit of a behind-the-scenes look at some of the issues that we face, because it's not just about what do we think is cool, let's do it, right?
Yeah.
Each time we create a new product, we have to meet a minimum order quantity from the manufacturer.
Right.
Let's say it's 1,000. They say, oh, you want to make this water deck that has a pack stuck in it, you have to order at minimum 1,000 of them. You also have to order at minimum 1,000 of the air one and the light one and the fire one, etc. Right? So right now we're looking at the plus side, a very low price point of around $20, and you get to pick exactly which color you want. Downside is we have to be able to meet a minimum order quantity for 6 different products, which is going to raise our overall Kickstarter budget. Most likely.
Our goal.
Our goal that we need to meet for funding. By how much, not sure, and that information is honestly a big point.
Yeah,
it also means that we have the potential to get stuck with a lot of product. Like if 2 people buy the water one, this is like a massive overestimate, hyperbole. But if 2 people bought the water one and our minimum order quantity is 1,000, then we're going to have 998 water starters. Sitting in my house.
The minimum order quantity, for what it's worth, Kathy's playing a bit of hyperbole here, because the decks that are behind us, we don't have 1,000 of each.
No,
it is lower than that, but the point is there is a minimum, and like there's obviously a cross section, right? It cost me this much amount of money to like buy that minimum, and like Kathy's saying, if only 2 people end up wanting the water product for whatever reason, why would they? I mean, it's fantastic. It's got 3 drowns in it. Like this.
It's got Careful Snake's artwork. It's beautiful.
It's a terrible example, Catherine. Then yeah, I end up having a lot of this product that like we paid for it, and we will be able to use it down the line. I anticipate that this will be a popular item for store shelves. Our distributor will probably be able to put it, in their catalog, that type of thing. Like, I don't think it'll be wasted. It's just a lot of upfront for the sake of, like, how many customers does this attract to the Kickstarter, right?
So.
Yeah, exactly. The demo doesn't even come with 3 drowns. This is gas.
So then we started talking about another option. Same product, but instead of having 6 of them, having 3... and pairing decks together, okay? So the benefit is you would only have 3 unique products, and so we would only need to meet the minimum order quantity for 3 things instead of 6 things. We potentially would have we don't know for sure, but we potentially would have a lower Kickstarter goal that we'd have to meet. Again, we could be talking about the difference between $1,000, which in the grand scheme of things doesn't really make a difference.
Rollo, it would be 42 cards with 2 booster packs at that point, so you're still looking at 62 cards.
Yeah.
It's the exact same product, just packaged together.
Yeah, it's just you would get, instead of buying the water one separate from the air one, you would buy what you see on the screen, which is like, and we would market it as either you can get it as a dual product, like you and a friend, you've got enough to play like and duel each other, or shuffle them together and it's a tournament legal deck. So that way you can market it as either a dual thing for 2 players, or you can market it as like a tournament legal deck for 1 player.
The biggest downside of this.
The biggest downside of this is you wouldn't have flexibility in choosing what 2 colors you get.
That's the second biggest. The biggest is the price point for entry at all is in the $40 range now.
But I think, my argument is, for Kickstarter, I think that that's normal. I think having a $20, $25 product on Kickstarter is insane. If, assuming, you're talking about other games that are similar caliber to ours, most people on like this level of what we're promoting, the entry level is about $50.
Yeah. So for the sake of argument, Catherine,
so like it's a market standard. It's not like
it's a market standard on Kickstarter. But if minimum order quantities in consideration, we cannot sell all of these to Kickstarter. These will end up on store shelves, hopefully, and
at the store.
I'm with AJ. $40 it's tough. That's a tough, like, if you are brand new coming into this hobby, this game, and you just like you heard about it or you saw the poster, you saw it on the shelf, like $40 is tough. That is a tough.
But that's what I'm saying is if this is the whole kind of point of this was to make sure that our Kickstarter funds by reaching those other players, and then there was like an added benefit of if we have leftovers, they can go on store shelves.
Right. To be fair, though, the $1 Patreon doesn't give you a whole lot. Like this is, you will get cards in your hand.
Yeah, the Patreon's tricky because unless you're subscribed to those upper level tiers, you don't really get anything physical. Like you're actually getting something.
This is you're giving money and getting a product. Like that's definitely a different.
Yu-Gi-Oh started extra 12. They flapped the shop. Oh wow.
I mean, honestly, if we get ours at 20, and you consider like if a booster pack is MSRP like $4 or whatever, that's a $16 starter at that point.
Representing the newbies, $20 is much more appealing for something I'm unfamiliar with. However, knowing I need 2 decks to play with my friend, like, I don't want to buy a deck for $20 and not be able to play it. Well, yeah, I mean, the idea would be that you
and your buddy each spend 20.
You can't play this game without
you can't play alone, ever.
Regardless of, if you're thinking about buying the game at all, like, you're going to need another person. or more card, both.
Yeah.
Reminds me, Catherine, send me your PayPal. It's literally on the...
It's on the T-shirt order form.
It's on the T-shirt order form.
I'll message you, Jake, because we got to sort that out.
The T-shirt order form is it in the announcements? I don't know. It's on the Discord. I'll send it to you. But all of my payment stuff's on the T-shirt order form.
But yeah, this is the big dilemma we're having, and honestly, I don't know that we have a great answer for it until we get the actual like numbers back from the manufacturer. If the minimum order quantity ends up being like 100 each or 200 each or something like that, then I think it's kind of moot. I think we go with the separate product. If the minimum order quantity is much higher, then it's a tougher conversation. It's like really gotta look at the pros and the cons.
Drama Jock brings up a point. She says, "Yeah, but like I can buy Monopoly and find a friend to play with. I don't need to buy 2 Monopoly games to play with a friend." Yes, that's true. This game isn't for you. Yeah. Trading card games are for people who know that you have to buy 2 people to get it.
Yeah.
You're talking about like a board game crowd. The board game genre is very much for I just have to buy 1 copy and I just go find people to play with. This game is just not for that market.
True. Hey, whoa.
Blah, blah, blah. Monopoly isn't a collectible card game. Board gamers are weirdos. That's me.
It is, yeah.
I love board games.
Yeah, there's no Zoltan's making a good point. Like nobody's playing a TCG because it's like the most cost effective thing to do. That's fun. That's just never.
I'm fine with the 21 card decks as long as we say this isn't a full deck. Yeah.
Absolutely.
And I think it's nice that you can just buy a second one.
I mean, it's like, to put it into perspective, like, you're...
Sorry, I can't hang out. I spent 7 hours learning to play this 10,000 piece game. Last Sunday.
When Jake remember when Jake visited? Do you remember? We played Abomination with him without the edited rules.
Oh, wow. That was a long time ago.
He was so upset about that.
There's a new rule set that they put on their website, and it's much more palatable.
Yeah. He's like, why is this so long? We're like, no, it's fine. And then, like, the manufacturer's like, listen, we realize our game's too long.
Some people don't like board games. They're like, I do not think it's fun to hear about these, like, arbitrary things you memorize, these rules that you have committed to memory that, like, don't matter in life.
Absolutely. But we're gonna get...
Abominations where you, like, build your own Frankenstein and you have to animate it.
What did Rawl just say? It's getting cut off.
It was fun, though. I got smoked.
No, Rawl.
Oh, we can advertise these decks as a cheap way to get into Flawed and put, like, a little learn-to-play guide in the decks. We would talk about that.
We're going to put a learn-to-play and, like, a little bit of a learn-to-essence tutorial, like, in the... There's going to be, like, an
kind of like the little graphic I made?
Something like that.
That's all you need.
Yeah, but, like, I want it to have a little bit more information as far as, like, why.
Yeah. Well, yeah, obviously. So yeah, that's the thing. I mean, it seems like we got the feedback we wanted to. Overwhelmingly, everyone likes the idea of selling single decks. So we just have to find out. I hope it doesn't make... Like, you have to keep that Kickstarter asking price as low as humanly possible.
I can't read all that.
Do you have to offer all 6 colors to a group of people that are essentially just testing if they like the game? We don't know the significance. If you offer 3 colors or 20 each, it may entice a new player to buy into the boosters down the road. Like, just not have a light one available. I don't know. So
that has other implications. Like, part of it, if you... So, like...
It could mess up, like, the value in the secondary market of the cards. Like, if you never have this product available in, like, light, then all of those light cards are only available out of booster packs, and you're going to have commons and uncommons, like... Not like they're gonna be inflated in value.
just the shrines, right? Like there will be arguably like an extra 50% of a given shrine in circulation compared to another.
Keeping in mind too that like the shrines are what, 1 per box?
Yeah.
1 per box. So like your chance of getting a shrine in the first place is only one.
That's actually something we kind of glossed over.
A light shrine is.
That's something we kind of glossed over. Is like the players who are really dedicated to getting into the game and they buy their booster box for $100 or whatever. They get one shrine. The player that buys this for $20 also gets one shrine.
But
so
they
like
know which one
they know which one they're getting, and you get a little bit easier access to like, I want to play this deck, so you just go and get the Dark Shrine. And the flip side of that is there is an avenue for your more dedicated collectability player to be like, hey, I still haven't opened my light shrine. Like, do I want to buy another box and try, or do I just go like grab this deck?
Yeah, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Like, and that's just having it on the shelf like that is kind of a
or just like have it as an add-on on the Kickstarter. Yep. Like, I bought my 3 boxes, but I really want to make sure that I can play what X shrine, so I'll add on the $20 whatever. Honestly, Drama Card Game players are weird and picky. We could do 2 colors and people would be mad. We could do 1 color and they'll be mad it's not a dual color. There's no true winning in the TCG world. He's right.
Give them everything and let them fight it out. Like.
Love having that experience, by the way, as someone who's like worked in the retail side of things for so many years. It's like, it's really valuable to have you on the team.
One of the things I was going to say, and actually we can, this will be maybe the last thought on these decks. Just because the price point for one of these decks on the store shelf is looking to be around $20 doesn't mean that our Kickstarter tier has to be $20, right?
Yeah.
We can make a tier that's like, pick your deck, get 4 booster packs with it, put it at a price point that's still a reasonable price point for Kickstarter, but is also like a little bit more exciting than just you get this one like, simple deck.
Yeah. And I mean, Kickstarters, I've seen it both ways, where sometimes the Kickstarter price you get it a little bit less than what you would get at retail, and I've seen some where you get it a little bit more. 40 for sure is too high. Kind of sounds like you either need to bite the bullet and offer all 6, or see if $40 is too high. For the 12 to 18 age group, I'm sure it's too high. Yeah, I mean, the main benefit to doing the dual color decks is on the production side of things. Right. It's not so much on the consumer side. I think it's clear that having all 6 is the preferred option for the customers. It's just the feasibility from our side, right? We are an insanely small indie company who's planning all of our success hinges on people agreeing with our product and giving us a successful campaign to put it out, right? As a broke Gen Z, if I can get my hands on even a 20-card deck for just $20, it doesn't seem like something I'd hesitate on. I feel like $20 in 2023 is what $1 was back in 1990.
Yeah, it's true. Inflation be like...
20 is affordable to get an object.
And a thing. Look, I got a thing for 20.
Like, I remember having my little $20 bill as like a teenager and being like, I can buy a CD.
Nice.
One CD, please. Exactly.
I remember when CDs were like $11.99.
Awesome. Thank you for your feedback, y'all.
Yes.
That was actually very helpful because
super awesome.
When it's just me and Ken, like kind of debating back and forth, it seems like the argument is 50-50, but then you get everybody else involved, it's like, oh, actually, no, it's just this one.
Kathy was very much like, you're an idiot all day today. Like, we were talking about it. She's like, no, we should totally find out. Like, maybe people would really enjoy the dual decks. And I'm like...
I'm just worried about having to meet a minimum order quantity of 6 new things. At least, you know what? To be fair, we only have 2 other products besides this.
Right. There aren't...
Well...
We'll see.
We'll see. When I go to bed, wake up flawed, working flawed.
What's above that?
When I go to bed, flawed.
The longer message that I can't see.
Plus, think of all the people who want to support the game and not play it. Yeah, honestly, that was a huge section I was thinking of. Like, our families, my coworkers, like, they don't play trading card games, but, like, I know one of my coworkers was already saying, like, I'm definitely going to support you. Like, gotta support your friends. And, like, they don't care. They're just going to buy, like, whatever.
Just get whatever, yeah. So we have one more little quick reminder that we've already kind of, like, talked about.
One more quick reminder.
It's just to hang it out there. Where is it?
The t-shirts.
T-shirts.
So the t-shirt link is, we have to put it in the announcements chat so it's easy to find, because I think right now you have to scroll for it.
It's not in announcements?
Maybe it's in announcements.
I thought it was.
It's in announcements. It's the most recent posted announcements.
Yeah, I was like, I put it there, didn't I?
Is the form. We had announced this before. What we have new for you now is the deadline, April 30th. So by April 30th at 11:59 p.m., you must have both your money in and the Google form filled out, which... For some reason, with the opposite of what
we're not gonna beat up people.
People are sending me money and not filling out the form. I'm like, I don't know what to order for you.
It's happened more than once.
I thought it'd be the other way around.
Yeah.
But I'm like,
I assumed the form would just be getting clicked on. Like, they'd see it, immediately click, and be like, I'll send them the money when I send it.
So you have a little less than 2 weeks to get your t-shirt orders in, and then we're going to be sending off. Because we need to have them in time for Memorial Day weekend.
We've spoken to the guy who's going to do these. Got the turnaround time kind of mapped out. He is expecting me to pass him all the info on the 1st of the month, and with that, he will have shirts in my hand in time for MomoCon. Now, I'm going to put this out there. If I'm getting shirts like immediately prior to MomoCon, I am handling all the shipping, so I'm going to leave for Atlanta, and some of you guys aren't going to get shirts until after MomoCon. I'm going to ship them out when I get home. Depending on when he gets them. If he gives me a good lead time and I've got some time to get it taken care of, then I'll push them out. But it's just a matter of, lots to do immediately prior to the event.
And thank you guys for your support every time, like with the Patreon and everything. When it comes to the shirts, we're not making any money off of these. These are just if you want them.
Yeah.
We just know that so many people wanted t-shirts, especially if you're coming to events. People wanted to wear them and like support the game and look good with the booth and everything.
Yeah.
We priced them literally at us making $0, 0 pennies. I think we said we make 4 pennies.
The cost is...
I think we make 4 pennies.
The cost will go down over time. I think I mentioned this when we brought these up the first time, but like the guy that we're going through does like a loyalty thing. So basically this first order, we're probably not making anything, but as time goes on, we'll make more. Maybe if this first order is really successful, there might be a little bit of margins in there. I'm not really sure. He didn't give me the full schedule for like when the breakpoints are and stuff, but the idea is that like he's a small company, he respects that we're a small company, and he wants to like help us out. But obviously he needs to get like his side too, so.
Anything Flawed related, why are you on TJ? They're going to keep going with this.
I could have gotten you these shirts.
For $15?
I mean, maybe. I don't...
Whatever. The wheels are in motion. We're supporting another small business here in town.
Chomp. Rude. Jake's playing on the pallets out back of Home Depot. You have tables and chairs and card games at your disposal. What's your excuse?
Side note, I've seen this company's screen printing in person. I know it's high quality, so I'm happy about it.
Yeah. We're also these are like they're Gildan shirts, like they're actually quite nice, like quality t-shirts. Like I'm happy with where we went.
All right, we need to stop this. They're just arguing with each other again. Griffin versus Raw. Are they unisex? They're men's t-shirts.
Yeah.
Which I think are usually considered unisex.
Is that how Is that how that works?
Yeah.
So,
they're not women's shirts because women's shirts have special cuts and stuff too.
Oh, nice! I've got one click. I didn't have to show everybody on my business. Okay, we're gonna shut it down. Thank you, everybody. Awesome chat tonight.
Yeah, thank you.
Really productive and constructive, and I was really excited to hopefully get some of those different viewpoints. So hearing from
Mr. Ruby finally chimes in.
Ruben had a couple points. So I love that like we got Drama Jock who's like completely outside of space, coming in, trying to learn, had some valid opinions. We've got Rawl who's like insanely indoctrinated, similar to Kathy and I, but from the other end because he's working the service side, and everything in between. Awesome feedback all around. So
I just noticed that
greatly appreciate that.
K-Boats made a comment in the stream chat because she doesn't know that we're in general chat today, and she said, "I like that one." I don't know what she's talking about.
Okay.
Maybe the artwork.
We can ask her.
Yeah.
Maybe she said that like right when we were in the middle of presenting product options.
Maybe.
Or maybe it was.
But whatever it is, she likes it.
Maybe it was the t-shirt. Maybe she wants an Earth Elite t-shirt. Maybe she likes that one.
She said she wanted the purple one.
Oh.
When I was talking to her.
Okay.
She said she wants to know who all the characters are, though.
Oh, so she can tell people about them after the fact?
I guess so. During the artwork, can confirm. Okay,
brilliant.
She likes the artwork.
Okay, we're gonna close it down. Thank you again to all of the support, Patreon folks, like all the feedback for the stream folks, just everything all around. We are pushing hard and steady. We're working every day on getting this stuff taken care of and sorted out, and it's really exciting times are coming. I can't believe that MomoCon is like a month away.
Yeah, she says the card you had up in the beginning.
But yeah.
Still typing in the stream chat. Okay. That's okay. Bye, everyone. Hit me up if you want. Anyone wants Flawed.
Nice.
Thanks, Rawl. Miss you.
Yeah. See you soon. MomoCon.
Yeah.
1 month.
Zoltan's typing. No, he's not.
No? Yes,
yeah, he is. Yeah, he is. He saw that we saw him and he kept going. Can I get a quick recap of what I missed? So I was like, yes, let's stop the recording.
I'm going to stop the recording and we'll do a quick rundown for you. But yeah, take care. We'll see you guys next time. Next stream will probably be an art reveal. We've got a couple of bangers coming up.
We have some bangers coming up, y'all.
Bangers. Like, y'all
are going to be so happy. The next couple
two are just game changers. Literally game changers.
Said something in stream chat again.
What? Ruben just jumps in. Kathy says it's from her, but this time I'm backing her up.
These next two are
absolutely level 16. What?
Let's go! Alright, stop recording.
Stop recording.
Bye.